Jordan has 3 fractured left ribs that healed on their own and a fractured right rib that healed on its own. You're not being honest about what was happening to this kid.
On September 22nd, 2017, the frail, starving body of 5-year-old Jordan Rodriguez lay lifeless before his parents. His ribs crushed, his tiny frame beaten beyond recognition. They wrapped him in filthy blankets, stuffed him in garbage bags, and buried him in a vermin-infested grave. The most horrifying part was that this was just the beginning of the unimaginable horror ahead.
Jordan was beaten to death.
A woman can't do a hit that much harder. Anybody can tell you that.
Some sort of discipline that he does to this child?
No.
Does he withhold food from him?
No.
The evidence of was undeniable, but when the horrific truth emerged, it shattered trust and ignited outrage, making it a case remembered for all the wrong reasons.
I wish I could take Jordan's place for him.
5-year-old Jordan lived in a roach-infested home on West 80th Street in Cleveland, Ohio, starved and neglected, while his Aunt Anna Rodriguez's desperate pleas were ignored by the law.
That boy was sick. That boy was special needs, premature. He needed help, and all they did was beat on that little boy.
On September 22nd, 2017, his mother, Larissa, and her boyfriend, Christopher, found his frail, lifeless body and buried him in their backyard. Months later, a phone call from Pakistan revealed the truth, leading police to unearth the horrific truth beneath the dirt.
How you doing, ma'am? I'm calling from overseas. I guess I need to talk to like a detective or somebody, or I don't know if you could. Basically, it's kind of messed up the whole situation, but my brother told me that something happened with one of the kids, and they didn't call the cops, and basically him and his girlfriend buried the kid in the backyard.
After that call, suspicion quickly turned towards Larissa and Christopher. Soon after, Larissa was brought in for questioning, an interrogation that would prove to be both painful and relentless.
When I tell you some things have changed is we did talk with the coroner.
Okay.
And they finished their initial examination, and there are some problems.
Like,
The problems being Jordan had an old left wrist fracture. His left wrist was broken at some point and it was healed. It healed on its own. How? That's something you need to tell us. Jordan also has 3 fractured left ribs that healed on their own and a fractured right rib that healed on its own. And these are all injuries that were healing on their own without medical help, which means he was in a lot of pain for a very long time, and you're not being honest about what was happening to this kid.
see, what happened, I mean, I personally didn't, but I was scared myself, okay?
Scared of?
I think talking to my sisters yesterday actually opened up my eyes a little bit and made me realize I should not be the only one taking full blame for this. I never put my hands on my kids. You can ask any of them. And a lot of people used to tell me maybe that's why sometimes your kids don't listen. You know, sometimes I need to be more rough on them, but that's just not in me. To sit here and
I don't want to be that mother either. I just don't want to be that mother either.
Right, I don't. I mean, I was like that when I was little. I can't be that type of mom to sit there and expect you, okay, my kid may do something wrong, but I see other discipline, you know, timeouts, you know, corner, you know, bedroom, you know, sometimes my Help Me Grow worker even seen it herself. You know, no matter how bad my little ones can act up, I never had that in me to hit my kids. But I think I was just so scared because I used to get my beat by Chris just because I defended my kids. My daughter, my oldest son can tell you, my older son had a pull knife on him because he put his hands on me the way he did.
How long were you and Chris together?
About 2 years.
Okay. And he was living with you from day one?
Yeah.
All right. Our understanding is that you were dating someone else who moved out And you met Chris online?
I was with Jake.
Okay.
But Jake wasn't in the house for more than 2 weeks.
Right.
Since when
and he
I
left
first
and then
moved
Chris came in.
Right.
And you met him online?
Yes.
So, if I could interject.
Yeah, please.
So what I see happening is like, I think March of 2016, you were going through the process of trying to enroll Jordan in a class that's specific for him. But is it Chris that doesn't want him to do this? Or is... Because what I'm reading...
I did try to get him enrolled in school and stuff like that.
Because what I read was Jordan would have benefited from an environment with children like him.
Little Jordan, a child with developmental disabilities, needed constant care. But Larissa hid him from the world. She never sent him to school, locked him inside a roach-infested home, and lied that he'd moved away. With Christopher's help, she let him waste away in silence. Her crocodile tears mean nothing now. Detectives are about to uncover a story so cruel, it shatters the very idea of motherhood.
Ever since day one, ever since everything happened, I wanted to reach out. I wanted to tell somebody. The day it happened, the first person I wanted to talk to was my counselor. I wanted to tell her what happened just because I was just so scared. I needed somebody to confide in.
Okay.
And I don't have that support.
When you say the day that it happened, do you mean
The same exact day.
September 21st?
Yes.
Okay.
I needed somebody to talk to. And in my heart, something told me that he did something to my son.
You have to make the coffee here if you want something.
Okay, thank you. In my heart, I just knew something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew it. Like, okay, if he can hit on me and he can discipline my other kids, but he wouldn't discipline them like he did Jordan.
How does he discipline Jordan?
It was just different. As far as how you said the sock in the mouth, none of my kids got the sock in the mouth, only Jordan. And I used to sit there and tell him, don't do that. I used to get yelled at. My kids all can tell you I defended all my kids. And that's where a lot of me and his arguments came in, because I did defend my kids. And that's where he would put his hands on me. He even put a sock in my mouth when I tried to yell for help. I felt like I was stuck. And every time something like that would happen, he would always bring up and make me feel like guilty, like I was the one who did that to Jordan. And I didn't hurt Jordan.
Well, so let me just say this. We've seen pictures. Up until Christopher Rodriguez comes in the picture, he's a healthy child.
And he was healthy.
He was healthy. However, for whatever reason, he focused on that child. I don't know what that reason was.
And he tried to keep everybody away from me. I couldn't have friends. I couldn't have family. I couldn't have nobody.
I may have missed this. Did he actually physically use him? Did you see him?
A few times that I've seen, yes.
Okay. And what did he do?
He would smack him. He would, me personally, didn't see him fracture anything. Wasn't around, or if I went to the store, or if I, went out with my kids or something.
You won't see a fracture.
You won't. That's why it shocked me, because
it's a compound fracture.
Right, because
you won't see it.
My son had a fracture when he jumped off the bicycle. He was on the bike with my older son. So I know, I took him to the hospital for that fracture.
But a rib fracture? You won't see that.
But see, I wish I would, it was just like Jordan trying to tell me something. When I told you that when he finally took his last breath, it was like he was mad. Like I seen in his face like he just wanted to tell me something. But I just didn't know what that something was.
It's easy to find inconsistencies in Larissa's story. A mother of 9, she was investigated for 13 times over the years, dating back to 1999. Each case revealing the same horrors: starving children, filthy living conditions, and desperate cries for help that went unheard. Jordan born premature and unable to speak, was her easiest victim to hide. While his siblings were removed, he was left to rot in silence, sick, hungry, and forgotten. His only crime was needing care. And the agonizing truth is, this isn't even half of what went on in that house. The real nightmare is still to come. So brutal that even detectives will feel disgusted.
I'm going to steal one of these because you're starting to get to me.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
And my sisters
no
made
one
me
in this
realize a
room.
lot. My sister, and I mean, I haven't talked to them in years. And they said, why are you taking the blame for this guy? And I admit, in my past, that's part of one of my counseling. I've had bad relationships, and it's a pattern.
Yeah.
It's a pattern. And that was something me and my counselor was working on. And this just happened to be another one that just...
Well, he might have been the worst one.
Yeah. I think it was.
You do know we're going to go talk to Chris. Have you talked to him at all during this time?
No.
Talked to him before you were put in jail?
I talked to him. It was the same day you guys all came. I mean, not you guys, but when they came to the house, and to me, it just seemed like he didn't care.
What did you tell him?
Like, I told him
he was in jail at the time.
Yes, he called me about 6 o'clock that evening, because that's when he got supposedly off of work from in the work or whatever he did in the kitchen. And yeah, he's like, what's going on? I guess because the detectives went to talk to him. And when they went to talk to him, I guess they were asking him questions. He didn't specifically go into... He just wanted to know more about what happened on my side.
What you said.
Right. So when I sat there and I told him, and he was just like... He didn't seem like I was. You know, like I was scared. I was nervous. I'm, you know, shaking and spooked. And, you know, he just seemed so calm. And, you know, like...
Did he tell you what to say, what you should say, what you shouldn't say?
No. That's why when you guys came and say now he changed up his story to something about December 2nd, that's because he heard me say it over the phone. He didn't know anything about what I told the police. But
so when we confront him with Jordan's injuries, is he going to tell us otherwise, that you're the one who did it?
a woman can't do it hit that much harder. And you know what? Anybody can tell you that. And I say that.
That's not true.
I mean, he's a lot stronger
I understand.
than I am. And me personally, you can even ask my older son. My older son will
Anthony?
tell you. No, Angel.
Angel?
My older son will be the one to, if anything, between my older son and my oldest daughter.
Do you know how we would get a hold of Angel? I mean, do you know that number? Does he live on Wade Avenue with his dad? Or do they live someplace else in the first state?
His dad moved. I could try to get my little sister to contact Angel.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Angel right now, they message through Facebook Messenger. But I remember him leaving my oldest daughter a message with a phone number.
The oldest daughter is Mariana?
Yes. But I don't even know if the detectives got her phone. I mean, I tried calling. She's not answering. So I don't know if the detectives got it for like evidence or something like that.
I don't have an answer. I don't think they do, but we'll find out.
Okay, because I've been trying to call her just to see how she's been doing.
Well, I think right now she's in custody with foster care. So I think right now it's probably in her best interest that they keep the kids away from all this. Give them a break.
Right.
Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
New Year's is coming up. Let them enjoy the holidays. They're going through enough right now.
5 of Larissa's 9 children lived in conditions barely fit for human life. Rats crawled over their toys. Roaches covered their food. And the stench of rot clung to every corner. Larissa did nothing to improve their situation. And Christopher, a man with a long history of violence and drug abuse, made matters worse. Together, they turned a home into a breeding ground for pain. A cesspool of cruelty disguised as family. And her pathetic sob story is shameful, to say the least. The sad part is that she will go all out with it soon.
He's got a scar on his back because I did it. Self-defending myself. Because he went and literally choked me, put me in the kitchen, slammed me against stuff, had a knife in his hand. I found something, I don't know whether it was a screwdriver or something. I just grabbed something and just got him
Called
right
the police
in the
out to the house. Somebody called.
No, nobody.
All right.
Nobody. And that's what gets me is that street is so highly protected by police that why didn't somebody? I mean, I even tried to jump out the window, try to get some help from somebody. I feel like I couldn't even leave my house. And then when I sat there screamed, he put a sock in my mouth. So I couldn't. And then was sitting there screaming, you know, like I'm screaming, and he's sitting there choking me.
Let me ask you this. Is he, what you described to me about Jordan losing weight in his arms while developing a pot belly, that's malnutrition?
See, you can, even when you talk to my daughter, that's why I thought something was wrong going on with his kidney.
Okay, but
Because
my
he was
question
losing
is,
the weight, he was doing, you know, but
I'm not saying you did this. My question is that some sort of discipline that he does to this child?
no,
Does he withhold food from him?
no. That's why none of us ever thought it would have been anything like that. Me, I thought it was his kidney because when he eat, everybody eat. All my kids eat first. I served every single last kid of mine first. And my daughter and my son, anybody can tell you. When I cook big meals.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan, he was one to always eat.
Mm-hmm.
Always. We got pizza, he eats like 5-6 pieces of pizza. And you know, it surprises me because he was like, where do you put it, Jordan? You know, like, I mean, he always ate. That's why it surprised me when he started kind of losing his appetite. And I used to have to sit with him and say, Jordan, you got to at least eat something. At least take a couple bites.
Well,
you know,
when
because
does
I
he
never had
begin-
that problem with him.
When does he begin losing his appetite?
I don't know the specific date. I mean,
Roughly.
2 months.
Summertime, springtime, wintertime?
I could say it was about maybe summer, early summer. You know, he started losing appetite. I got him to at least drink something. I don't, you know, like some behaviors where I saw where I'm called for. Sometimes Jordan will wake up. I mean, remember how I told you, like, with his rocking?
That's a signature. I don't mean to...
No, he's always did that ever since when he was a
That's
baby.
sort of a signature of children who have spent time in an incubator or children who are autistic. They will rock and self-soothe themselves.
See, that's the first time I heard that. Because
It's
I
a
even
self-soothing
asked the
them.
doctor too, and I was like, why does he do that? You know, I guess
Self-soother.
because I wasn't there to, you know, rock him and cuddle him,
Mhm.
and, you know, until he was 4 months. That was what he used to do. And then used to get up in the middle of the nighttime. I used to, like, he would sleepwalk. So I would, you know, sometimes have to keep an extra eye on him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I caught him one time going to the bathroom, getting toilet water and drinking toilet water. And I'm looking like, why is he, you know, like, is he even alert when he's doing this? You know, it would be like certain behavior, you know, like, and I used to have to stop him. He'd go straight to the refrigerator. I don't even know if he's, like, awake when he's doing this or if he's sleeping or, you know, it's just things that I had to watch out with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just, like, get into anything and everything. And I noticed that when he did it, even after Jordan was gone, my other son was doing it. My other little son, my 4-year-old. And I'm looking like, is it because he watched Jordan do it? Or why is he doing the same thing that Jordan was doing?
It's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, is it a behavioral thing? I mean, it's just something that I recognize that Jordan used to do that. You know, like, and it was just, and Jordan was perfectly fine.
This couldn't be further from the truth. Jordan was anything but fine. His tiny body told the real story. Bones fractured, ribs snapped, stomach hollow from hunger, infections crawling through his skin. He lay dying in a rotting house where rats scurried over him. Larissa watched him waste away, doing nothing. Now comes the part that chills the soul, the reason behind it all, a motive so cruel it can make the biggest criminals look like saints.
I was trying to figure out about the child support and how to, sit there and send it to him and where I got to send it to.
Right. If you find one of them child support letters that they mail me every month, there's a little card inside that you can put the money order in and put the stamp, on it or whatnot. And it has the address and everything already printed on that little envelope thing. Beautiful.
So am I sending them 50 or 100?
That's up to you, my love. I mean, everybody keeps telling me if I were to send at least 100, the judge would really, really...
It would look better. It would look better.
That's
because
exactly
they would be like,
what
okay. And then if they see the modification, okay, starting this month, his payment is 200 and he sent 100 already for this month. So it will make it look a lot better, like, okay, because they see this starts November 1st.
Right. And then,
so therefore, if you already got 100 for November 1st, that's half of your child support.
Right, and I still got the rest of this month to come up with the other half, you know what I mean?
Right.
I love you, gorgeous. I'm so sorry you're going through this, but I know we'll never go through this again as soon as I get out. I'm telling you, I don't want no more weed. I'm done with weed. All I want is you and my kids. That's it.
Larissa and Christopher's cruelty toward Jordan was driven by pure greed. They sold food stamps meant to feed their children, letting Jordan starve while they pocketed the money. With help from Nancy Caraballo, a Catholic charities worker who paid Larissa half the value of the benefits, over $10,000, and falsified home visits, their went unchecked from 2015 to 2017. Their motive is undeniable: profit over a child's life. No punishment can match this vileness, but at least little Jordan will finally receive justice.
So they're going to go ahead and charge me today?
Yes. I'm going to charge you today at some point, and you'll probably go to court in the morning. And then in the morning, we're going to talk to the other half of the equation in Medina County.
Good luck with that.
Well, I really don't care if he speaks or not. And I want you to know that I helped to arrange the visit with your sisters.
Thank you. That helped a lot.
You can't go through this alone. And what I would say to you is I've had members of my own family do big chunks of time for some really up.
And they told me, Larissa, you've never had a record. You shouldn't even be here.
Well, this is...
And now I feel bad because my little sister, she's taking it hard.
Well...
And I know that she feels it's her fault. And it's not her fault.
I assured her that the other half of the equation will be held responsible for his part in it. Because it's undeniable that when he comes into the picture, that this child's life changed irrevocably. So,
because I was in plenty other relationships before him and nothing happened.
Larissa Rodriguez's trial began in early 2018 at the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court in Cleveland, Ohio. Prosecutors revealed 5-year-old Jordan Rodriguez's horrific broken ribs, malnutrition, and death. His body was found buried in their West 80th Street backyard in December of 2017 after a tip from Christopher's brother in Pakistan. Larissa pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter and received 25 years. Christopher faced similar charges.